Let's take a look now at how this can be converted into code. And we're going to walk through each part of the algorithm and translate it into Python code. The first part is we're going to ask the user to type in their first name. So in order to do that, we are going to use the input function. The next part is we need to take the information from the input function, that is what the user has typed in, and put it into the name variable. So in order to put something into a variable, we are going to use the equals sign. So we use the equal sign to put something that we find on the right side of the equal sign, which in this case is the result of the input function, and put it into the left-hand side. In this case, we don't have anything in the left-hand side yet, but we know that we're going to put that into the name variable, so that's where we're going to insert the name variable. So you can tell that a piece of code is a variable, so in this case, name, when it doesn't have quotes around it, because that would make it a piece of text. And also you can tell that is a variable when it is not followed by brackets, because that would make it a function. One thing to really make clear here is whenever Python sees the equal sign, it actually reads the code from right to left. So Python sees the equal sign, so it looks at the right-hand side first, which is the input function, and it will put the result into the name variable on the left-hand side. So it's a little bit confusing because it actually goes backwards from what you would normally expect when you read code. And as a result of this, we will always find a variable on the left-hand side of an equal sign. So every time you see an equal sign, you know that there will be a variable on the left-hand side. The equal sign is also called the assignment operator. So that's the first part done. Let's now look at the second part. So we're going to ask the user to type in their age. So once again, this is going to be an input function. And we're going to put it into, so we're going to have the equal sign, and we're going to put that into the age variable. Age is a variable, once again, because it doesn't have quotes around it, and it's not followed by brackets. And because we saw the equal sign, we are going to read from right to left, which is the input first, and then putting that into the age variable. So then finally, we can construct our username by displaying your username is. So here we're going to use the print function, your username is, and this is going to be immediately followed by what's inside the name variable. So we're going to use the plus sign to join that piece of text, your username is, with whatever is inside the name variable. So in order to look inside the name variable, we are just going to write down the name of the variable name. You can see the name variable here again. Notice it doesn't have quotes around it and it's not followed by brackets. So it's definitely a variable. But in this case, the name variable is not on the left-hand side of an equal sign. It's actually part of the argument inside the print function. So when a variable is not on the left-hand side of the assignment operator, what Python will do, it will look inside the variable and it will substitute whatever it finds inside that variable into that part of the code. So in this case, when it looks inside the name variable, what is it going to find? Well, it's going to find whatever the user had typed in up there. Because remember, the user had typed in their first name and then it was put into the name variable. So now we're going to look inside that name variable and use the information that it finds there. So that is how the first line is able to communicate with the third line. So the next part is it's going to join an underscore to the name. So we're going to use the plus or the concatenation symbol and join it to an underscore. And then finally, we need to look inside the age variable and join that to the end of what we display. So once again, we're going to use the plus symbol and we are going to include the age variable. There's the age variable, and because it's not on the left-hand side of the assignment operator, it means Python's going to look inside it and substitute the value that it finds in there. Well, it was whatever the user had inputted in the second line of code, because that was put into the age variable, and now it is ready to be substituted into the code. That's our completed code. And as a very quick recap, why do we need variables at all? Because without them, we cannot get information from one line of code to another. And therefore, we need variables to share data between different lines of code in our program.